let me ask you, how does your Christian faith inform your views of AI, and in particular, maybe the limits of AI? Right? I think you already mentioned you think AI, can't do everything a person can do. If I heard you right, so why can't an AI do everything a person can't do? Is there some fundamental theoretical reason, or it's just we don't have the ability to engineer it? We're just not sort of smart enough to build the right robots, or is there some fundamental limitations to AI? Or and how do you see that as a Christian? I guess I'm thinking of we humans, according to Christianity, we're made in the image of God in a sense, right? And we're special creations, and so there may be some reasons. If that's true, then robots will never have that, I suppose, right? So is that a good way to think about it, or how do you think about it?
Yep. I think going back to the science fiction aspect of it is kind of fun and insightful here, where one of the reasons I wanted to write science fiction is in order to find God. Like I wanted to see, could I build my own Tower of Babel, essentially, all the way up to the top of knowledge and find God. And if you do that, you have to emulate humans. Like your science will eventually emulate humans because it's perfect. You have a perfect understanding of reality and how to order it. Mm-hmm. If you emulate a human, what's the difference between that human and a human? Now, we can't do that. I don't know if we'll ever be able to do that perfectly, but assume that you could, because that's the best place to work backwards from. Mm-hmm. If you could do that, and let's say one day you wake up and somebody has replaced every single person around you with a perfect emulation of that person, is your life any different?
No.
You wouldn't know it is.
Right.
But those people have now become different people.
Right.
Just by the mere fact of replacing them.
Mm-hmm.
If all I did was clone them, plant the brain, like a copy of the brain into a different person, even biologically, that person's now a different person. Mm-hmm. And you would be right to say, hey, I want my original mom back. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the person that I was attached to, not this copy.
Right.
And so even if the copy is perfect, there's something different about it at a level of meaning that kind of, I think, transcends the physical reality.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. For sure.
And so as part of that, one of the things that is important to me is that continuity of identity. Like, that's also a theme that shows up in Christianity. We don't get destroyed. We don't have this weird like blink where we're somewhere in heaven when we die and we have no idea what happened in our life. It's continuous. And that, I think, is important for AI as well. But going back to that, is there something special about humans? The episode you referenced with Dr. Christopher Walken, he makes a very good argument that if you define the AI against the human by what the AI can't do that a human can do, eventually the human won't actually be able to accomplish anything that the AI can't. Again, assuming that our science is perfect and we can continue to build better and better replicas of a human. We're not there yet, so obviously there's a difference. But if you could, then what's left to the human? That he called the humanity of the gaps. Like,
I remember that phrase in that episode. Yeah,
that's
that's
great
an episode
concept
from your podcast. Just to be clear for those listening, yes,
which thank you.
Is worth listening to, and I'll link to it as well in the description.
Yeah.
So,
well, I won't define his model because he'll do it better than I would. Yeah. But that means what is special about us has to come from something other than what we can output, like what our capabilities are. And I have a sister with Down syndrome, for example. So if you define her as a person based on what she can do, she's a terrible person. She's a wonderful person, because that's not how we define it. Yeah. And in Christianity, that has to come from God said, I made humans special. Mm-hmm. Just by decree, we are like him in a way that animals aren't. We are like him in a way that even the spiritual beings he created aren't. And so that has to give us specialness, at least in his eyes, which, going back to the philosophy, if he's the creator of existence and the one who gives it meaning, then he gives us a meaning that he doesn't give AI. Mm-hmm. So we should treat each other that way.
Yeah, and most people working in the AI industry do not think that way, right? Do you worry about that? I mean, most people are just interested in how can we make the smartest robot, or this, how can we make the AI as smart as possible without really thinking about the larger issues and the philosophy of it and the I guess the the Christian perspectives as well. So do you worry about that,
Yeah.
the lack of philosophy, the lack of Christian morals in AI research, for example, and where it's going?
Yes, actually. And I think even the biggest worry isn't from the people who have no philosophy about it, but it's actually from the people who have a philosophy about it and think that an AI can be a replacement for a human.
Mm.
And there's people who want you to be a companion with an AI, all the way from, really inappropriate things that you can text an AI about to actually finding meaningful connection with it. And if we do that, like, forget about replacing all the jobs with AI, but if we do that, where we replace human connection with AI, we're going to die out as a species. We can't even reproduce. Like, there's a functional problem to it.